Hello YouTube, it's Sam from Sam's Garden Maintenance, and what we're looking at here, is it the future for the gardening industry? You know, for the green gardeners out there like myself that are passionate about, you know, being cordless, not just for, you know, my sake, but for, you know, everybody else's in the future. Well, could this be the answer? I honestly think the concept is. I think, you know, if I could have this in the back of my van and it could do the same to fit my tools, I would, and I would have one, I'll be honest with you. I think I've found something, you know, or a similar one, but I'll show you that at the end. But as you can see here, the tools, this is Crest. I've never heard of them, I'll be honest with you. I actually heard about these guys on another podcast, excuse me. And as you can see, they've got the 8-minute mark slapped around everywhere. What does that mean? Well, you can put a battery on and it will charge up in 8 minutes. Brilliant. You know, presumably, you know, say if you've got a full day of blowing or, you know, strimming, instead of, you know, keep going back and forth with a fuel can, you put one battery on charge, use it up, and by the time that's done, you know, the battery should last a lot longer with 8 minutes. You've got another battery ready to go. I think it's a good concept, this box. You put it in the van and it will charge all your batteries up. They never said to me how many batteries, how many charges you can get out of one of these big boxes. So hopefully it's a lot. Now, this isn't out yet. Crest tools are over here. You do see videos of them popping up. They are available to buy, and I'll talk a bit more about that later on. But this box itself, £10,000. That's what the guy on the stall said. So, you know, like anything, it's got a retail price. Maybe, you know, it might be cheaper than that. Hopefully it should. It's like still, you know, their pricing on their website, and you go to say like FR Jones, it's normally a lot cheaper. So hopefully this is, but this is their technology, so you'd have to have their tools for this. They do financing. Now, I'm not here to sell their tools at all. I'm here to talk to you about this concept. But if you wanted to get into it, the bloke said, for all the tools, the batteries, the big ass battery in the back of your van is £20,000. Now that is a lot. But when he explained it to me, it made sense. You get 5-year warranty on the tools. I think it's 8 years on the batteries. So 20,000 divided by 5 years, you know, a couple £100 a month. And that doesn't seem too bad, just for your kit, and you've got it all at once. But you've got to really like their tools, and you've got to really trust them. If it is that they turn out that they're duff and you don't really like the tools, well, you're stuck. This £10,000 investment, you can't put still batteries on it. You can't put ego batteries on it. This is their own batteries. I did say to him, you know, is there any chances of, say, still coming out with one? He said the basically the technology is in the 8-minute time. That's what they've researched. So, you know, you're never going to get something that will match it from, say, still or ego. But who knows, maybe they will, you know, stick onto this concept. And I'll be honest with you, I think it is a good concept. I've got 5 batteries, and I'll be honest with you, I can get through the day with it. But say if I've got a lot of, you know, all in one thing, it'd be nice to say, put this in the back of the van and basically gas up the battery in time. As I said, I did think of something, an idea that could be similar towards the end. But the thing is, they're addressing a problem that many of us have solved already, because, you know, we aren't running out of batteries, are we? We've planned for it already. We've got, you know, the stuff that can do the job. We've got the batteries that can do the job. So maybe if this was launched 5 years ago when batteries were first coming, it could be revolutionary. But their selling point is that you could charge up 8 minutes, bish bash bosh, all done, Well, for any of us that are using batteries, we've already sort of addressed this problem. I have, at least. I've got backups that, you know, say if somebody rings me up and says, right Sam, I need you full day on the blower, well, I've got a backpack blower, a petrol one. I take petrol with me. Sam, I need a full day of streaming, well, you do it. It depends how far you want to go with this eco thing, you know. If you want to be proper eco, this will be brilliant. It is a selling point to some customers, but to most customers, they don't really care as long as the job gets done. But as I said, if you're looking on the screen, I'm just sort of going through the specs of the different sort of tools, and there's not many tools over here yet, but on the stand you saw earlier, they've got a version of everything basically. Now, I did price some of it up, and I'll be honest with you, it's not far off still, you know. 5 batteries, plus all the tool there, 2,300. And then the still, same again. Now, I've bought what tools I'd buy, which is, you know, the higher end of the cordless variety. Are the still ones and the Crest ones on the same level? I don't know. But they feel, you know, goodish quality to me. Now this is what I thought about: a 4-port charger and basically a battery box, you know, that you can charge solar. It's very expensive, £3,200 for that. But, you know, if it'll charge, you know, that multi-charger up, and say if it charges that up twice and you've got the 2 solar panels, shove them on your roof, and it'll say that'll charge that box up in 7.5 hours. You know, if you charge that up at home and take it with you, and even if it has to do it twice, well, you've probably got the equivalent of like 10 batteries with you. But as I said, for all of us out there, we've pretty much solved this problem. We've either bought enough batteries, or, you know, we've got something where we can charge in between, or we, you know, some of the kit's cordless, some of it's, you know, petrol. But I think it is a good idea. I think they've still come out with some version of it, you know, like what we're seeing now, what Jackery do, a box that you could charge up and then you could put your batteries in, and it was, you know, competitively priced. I would buy it, but £10,000, would you buy it? I don't know. Who do I think this is aimed at? Honestly, I think, you know, somebody who's starting out in the industry. They've got, you know, eco, they want to push that, that's the forefront of their business. These guys at Crest says they'll do 0%. They could buy all the kit and, you know, be on the way. Pay it off over time. But then again, we all know what it's like when it starts out, guys. Money's precious, so automatically, instead of creeping and growing, you've got a bill for the next 5 years of a couple £100. Let me know what you think, guys. It's an interesting concept. I'd love it if Still would do something like this, but like I've said over and over and over again in this video, we've already addressed it, haven't we? Have a good day, guys.